Hello everyone, welcome back to the educational channel. In this episode we are going to discuss the grammar of Unit 5. Are you ready? Let's get started. The first part in Unit 5 grammar is WH questions. WH questions are questions which start with words like what, when, where, which, who, whose, why and how. They are used when we want to find an answer for our questions or when we want to get new information. Each one of these WH questions has different use. What do I mean by that? I mean that who is used when we want to ask about people. Who's your friend? What is used when we want to ask about something. What is your favorite color? Here we need to know new information about your favorite color. Let's move to which. Which is asking about specific information or asking about choice. Which is the longest river in the world? For whose, when we can use whose. Whose is used to ask about possession. Whose book is this? Or whose mother was a doctor. Let's move to when. When is asking about time. When we want to ask about time, you will use when. When do you wake up every day? When do they come home? Next, where. Where is asking about the place. Where does Sarah live? Where can I park my car? We have more. We have why. We use why to ask about reason. Why do we go to school? Or why are you late? And we have also how. We use how to ask about manner. How do you go to school? Or how was your holiday? And the last one, how long. We use how long to ask for period of time. How long will they stay in London? Or how long does it take to reach the restaurant? When it comes to forming a WH question, we start with question word, followed by helping verb, followed by subject, followed by the verb. And don't forget to put the question mark at the end of the question. There are several helping verbs that can be used with the WH question. We can use are or were, will or would, can or could, have or has, is or was, does or do or did. And this thing depends on the sentence and depends on the tense of the question. Now I want you to focus with me on these questions. When does he play football? Where did they play football? What will they play? Who are they playing football with? Here we use different question words to ask about the same topic. We use when to ask about the time, and we use where to ask about the place. We use what to ask about new information. What will they play? And in the last one, we use who to ask about person. Notice here that the helping verb changed according to the tense of the question. In the first one, we use does. It is in the present. In the second one, we use did because it is in the past. And in the third one, we use will, so the answer should be in the future. Now, let's discuss how we can answer the WH question. I have a question for you. When did Ahmed help his father in the garden? Here we start with WH word followed by helping verb did followed by subject. And at the end we put the question mark. Now, how can I answer this question? Because the helping verb is in the past, my answer should be in the past. Ali helped his father in the garden. Here I put helped in the past because we have did in the question. Another question. Where are they playing football? Where is the WH word, are is the helping verb, and they is the subject. When I want to answer, I will put the subject at the beginning. Then I will check the helping verb to decide the tense of my answer. So the answer will be, they are playing football at the garden. One more example. Read with me. What does Maryam read every day? What you will answer here? Check the tense of the question. Where is the helping verb? Excellent. Does is the helping verb. So the answer, you will start with the subject. Maryam reads scientific stories every day. We put reads because we have does in the question. Let's apply what we have learned in this exercise. Don't worry, it is easy, but you need to concentrate. Do as shown between brackets. Sami lives in Kuwait City. You will ask a question. What do you think? What you will ask about? You will ask about the person, or you will ask about the time, or you will ask about the place. Here the place is provided in the answer. So think of it and let's check if you got it correct. Excellent. Where does Sami live? Here we started with WH word, where, and then we add helping verb, does, because the verb is lives. Where does Sami live? And the answer, Sami lives in Kuwait City. One more. They wake up at 6:30 a.m. for school. What you will ask about here? Think of it. Good job. You will ask about the time, so you will use what time, or you can use when. What time do they wake up for school? What time do they wake up for school? We use do as a helping verb because the verb in the answer is wake up. Now let's move to another part from Unit 5. There is and there are. We use there is or there are if we want to say that someone or something exists or doesn't exist. Look at the two pictures with me. In the first picture, there is a red mug on the table. In the second one, there are two red cups on the table. Concentrate in the diagram with me. We use there is if we are talking about only one thing. There is a boy, there is a book, there is an apple, there is a car, and there is a woman. And on the other hand, we use there are if we are talking about two or more things. There are two oranges. There are three people. There are 5 glasses. There are 6 women. There are 4 girls. From the previous diagram, you notice that there is used for singular noun and there are is used for plural nouns. And the negative of there is there isn't, and the negative of there are is there aren't. Let's read some examples together. There is one table in the classroom. There are 25 chairs in the classroom. There isn't a dog in the supermarket. There aren't any toys in the books. In the first one, we use is because it is singular noun, table. In the second one, we use are because it is plural noun, chairs. In the third one, we use isn't because it is negative sentence. And in the last one, we use aren't because it is plural negative noun. And now let's apply what we have learned together. In your student book, page 30, exercise 5. You have 2 pictures. Concentrate on the pictures and find 5 of the differences between them. Concentrate well. What difference you can find? Look at the window, look at the cabinet, and look at the desks. What do you think? I advise you to try to do it by yourself and then check your answer from the video. Let's check your answers. In picture 1, what you can see and what you cannot see in picture 2. Good job. In picture 1, there are 3 books on the cabinet, but in picture 2, there aren't. More, what do you think? Good job. In picture 1, there isn't a bird on the window, but in picture 2, there is. Try to find more differences. And concentrate with me in the next exercise to check your understanding. Choose the correct answer to complete the sentence. Number 1, there is or there are a book on the desk. What do you think? Look at the noun and check whether it is singular or plural. Good job. There is a book on the desk. Number 2, there is or there are 2 elephants in the zoo. What do you think is the correct answer? Look at the noun. Don't forget to check the noun. Excellent. There are 2 elephants in the zoo. That was all about there is and there are. Let's move to another part in this episode. We have countable and uncountable nouns. All nouns are divided into 2 kinds. We have countable nouns and uncountable nouns. The countable nouns can be counted by number. It can be singular or plural, while the uncountable cannot be counted by numbers. It means there is no plural form for these nouns, like book, man, shop, horse. I can count these nouns. I can say books, men, shops, horses, while the uncountable nouns like tea, sugar, water, air, rice. There is no plural form for these nouns. Don't worry, it's easy, but you need to concentrate well. Look at this picture with me. We have kinds of food. What can you count here and what cannot you count? Think of it and decide what you can count. Let's see together. I can see 2 carrots. It means carrots is countable noun. Sarah bought 1 burger sandwich. It means sandwich is countable noun because I can say sandwiches. More. Mom gave me an apple. This is countable because I can say apple or apples. The food needs some salt. Here I cannot count the salt, so I will say some salt. Ali likes to add some sugar to his tea. The sugar is uncountable noun. Noura didn't cook any rice for lunch. The rice, can you count the rice? Sure, no. From the previous examples, sure you notice that I use a and an and some and any before the nouns. We use a and an before singular countable nouns. It depends on the first letter of the noun. For the nouns with vowels, we use an. There is an umbrella. there is a torch. We use some with countable and uncountable nouns. There are some posters. There is some fuel. We use any with countable and uncountable, but in the negative form. There aren't any posters. There isn't any fuel. Don't worry, it is easy as I told you, but you need to concentrate before answering. Now, let's do this exercise together to check your understanding. Choose a, an, some, or any to complete the sentences. You have 5 sentences. Don't forget to concentrate on the noun, whether it is singular or plural, whether it is positive or negative. Number 1. Look, there is elephant and tiny mouse in the cage. Number 2. There aren't tent in the camp, but there are bags. We haven't got water left. Can you give me? My father needs to buy map and food. Excuse me, are there batteries here? I advise you to try to do it by yourself, then check from the video. Number 1. Excellent. Look, there is an elephant and a tiny mouse in the cage. Number 2. There aren't any tents in the camp, but there are. Good job. But there are some bags. Number 3. Excellent. We haven't got any water left. Can you give me some? Number 4. My father needs to buy. Excellent. A map and some food. The last one. Excuse me, are there any batteries here? Good job. One more exercise from your workbook, page 29, exercise 2. You will complete the sentences with there is or there are, some, or any. Check the mark after the sentence to decide it is in the positive or negative form. Try to do it by yourself, then check your answer with me. Let's check if you got it all correct. There is a chair. Excellent. There are some pencils. Number 6. There is a map. 7. There aren't any posters. Here we use aren't because it is in the plural. And you have a useful exercise in your student book, page 32, exercise 5. You will do the same. You will use a, an, some, and any to complete the sentence. And the last part of Unit 5 is tag questions. Tag questions, it is a short question at the end of the statement or a sentence. We use it when we expect the listener to agree with us or to agree our statement. Always, when the statement is positive, we use a negative tag question. Read with me these examples. You are a good student, aren't you? Here, the sentence is positive, so I need to put a negative tag question. Number 2, your brother speaks English, doesn't he? Number 3, Ali can climb the mountain. Here also I have a positive sentence, so I need to put negative question. When it comes to form a tag question, we need to put helping verb or auxiliary verb plus the subject. Read with me these examples. Maryam is a smart girl, isn't she? Here I took the helping verb and I convert it to negative, then it should be followed by subject. Number 2, Anwar doesn't like birds. Doesn't is the helping verb in the negative, so I have to convert it into positive. Does he? I have more examples for you to read. The phone didn't ring, did it? She was swimming that day, wasn't she? James is reading a new book, isn't he? I don't need to finish my work today, do I? And the last one, you must be patient, mustn't you? Here you need to concentrate that the helping verb or the auxiliary verb, if it is in the positive, you will convert it into negative. And if it is negative, you will convert it into positive. Ali drinks milk every day. Mona sent a letter to her friend. What do you think here? Is there any helping verb or auxiliary verb? No. So you will check the tense of the verb and decide what you will choose. Drinks, it is in the present simple, so I will use doesn't he. In the second one, sent, it is in the past, so I will put didn't she. Now, let's apply what we have learned together. Complete the sentences with question tag. Number 1, they live in Paris. Number 2, we are late for the movie. Number 3, he cannot swim. Number 4, he speaks 3 languages. I advise you to try to do it by yourself, then to check your answers with me. Let's check your answers. Number 1, good job. They live in Paris, don't they? We are late for the movie, aren't we? He cannot swim, can he? Sarah speaks 3 languages. Does she? I have more exercise for you from your workbook, page 30, exercise 6. You will complete the sentences with tag question. You will do the same. Check the sentence if it is positive and check the helping word. Number 1. Hanan is a clever student. What do you think what you will do here? Good job. You will take is and convert it into negative. Isn't she? Number 2. Your parents aren't home yet, are they? It isn't spring now. Good job. Is it? 4. You have got many friends. Excellent. Haven't you? 5. Your dad works in a bank. Good job, doesn't he? And the last one, you don't drive. What do you think here? Good job, do you? And now we reach the end of this episode. It's your turn to do it by yourself. Go to your workbook, page 29 and 30, and do exercise 4 and 5 and 8. And from this episode, we learned together how to form WH question and how to use WH word in different purposes. And we learn also how to use there is or there are. We learned about countable and uncountable nouns. And we learn how to use some and any, a and an. And the last thing we learned together is the tag question. Thank you for watching and good luck.